anything else that needs to be said?
It's rough. I think the Azir. I mean, it's just two sides of the same coin. Right? It's the same exact same champ.
Just less rage.
Yeah, I think both
They're
champions
going to go for this invade. They also spot out that Ignar and Patrik are down here. But they're going to continue on because jungle camps are now spawned and Juhan is zoned out a little bit as SK might have to think about this a little bit more. Jackie's is coming in. There's a flash away from Luon. They're still thinking about it, even with Jackie's hovering. But the Ignite as it goes down, Isma tries to get his way. He doesn't. Juhan
really nice. For SK, it's pushing into their lane, and it's really not going to be a great trade for Patrik. Now, that looks like a dead Zeri on my screen.
Oh, it does indeed. Does it look like a dead Nisqy to you as well? Here he is, the Antonio making the gank known.
no.
First blood going to be given over, and it's the Antonio who picks it up. Excuse me, second, of course. But a second kill over to GIANTX.
And it's just from Rahel laning 1 versus 1. Wave down bot side, that's crashing now. So maybe they're looking at a cross map instead of contesting these grubs, trying to find some sort of dive with the Lucian down bot and giving up those 6 grubs, but Isma.
He's going to turn this into engage, actually, as well. Embraces the chains as he goes golden, at least with the ultimate coming through. There's a return from Juhan. Isma dies. Nisqy doesn't have enough damage. It's an Azir in the early game with Mercs and a recurve bow. He gets charmed up, and Luon's ulti at max range won't hit Juhan anyway. Jackie's hits from range himself as Rahel. Now that's the damage that SK needed. He comes in, picks up 1, and makes it an even trade. The 6 grubs, 3 apiece now. I think you were saying this morning it's rare to see that as GIANTX is going to teleport down bot. But this is for the Antonio to try and find something with a wave pushing in.
This should be a dead irrelevant on my screen. He can get dove and read over if he wants
Lightning charge from Patrik at least helps out. The all out there to buy space, but the Antonio flashes away before he takes an extra turret shot, picks up a second kill. Dive successful as Nisqy now looks for the 1v1, but again, Azir only with an extra blasting one this time in the trade. It really could, couldn't it? I mean, I was saying the Antonio because he's got his ult and he's level 11 here. Irrelevant as he walks up with his ulti in hand, won't have the same impact, and Smite secures the Herald as they look for the charge. A one-man ulti gets knocked up. Juhan in return finds one, but a lot burned here from SK. Now to try and deny Jackie's. That was clutch. He flashes the store damage on this Rumble with Herald charging in to help him out.
So this Herald going to secure them prior into the river as well as a charge onto mid lane turret. That could convert into third dragon here.
Oh, it converts into a fight instead. Ignar steps up. He's dead. What a bubble. The setup from Luon and the counterplay massive is flashing forward for Isma to get the flail out, and Jackie's to source luckily, but GIANTX have lost a member again, and stepping forward, Juhan is caught out. He flashes but gets shuffled all the same. Nisqy is as smooth as you'd like, and the equalizer coming out later. It does great damage, but the fight's already done, and GIANTX. By the way, I love the drawing.
That was so hard to multitask, actually.
It's okay. Last time I was allowed the teleprompter, I drew a smiley face, and ever since I have been distanced from it. Mid turret opens up as well. GIANTX back towards about 1,000 for now. Antonio, all timing is great. Nisqy gets flashed on and solo kill. Okay, Antonio, I see you. Have a bit of an advantage as 5 members move through mid. No dragon up here on the bottom side of the map, and remember, it's just Baron sitting there, so SK on the right side for now. Culling going to come through. Juhan interrupts it though. Equalizer layered down perfectly. Patrik ultis over the side. Luon zones him out though, and Irrelevant hasn't died yet as Patrik has to flash on out of there. No kill has been achieved apart from Juhan dropping on down. SK sit as 5, and as low as it is, they still stand strong.
Giga Antonio isn't enough. They tried to layer the Rumble on top of the Vial and the Rakan ult as well, thinking that it would make up for the Zeri discrepancy.
Themselves up to the dragon stacking.
They see him.
TP, yeah, they do indeed. Nisqy spots him. The Antonio came in a bit early. He equalizes. Juhan trying to recover as well, but Rahel still isn't dead. They're using everything to kill him, and Jackie's finally completes the task, but SK are running forward with all their might, and Isma cannot be stopped, especially with a strange feathery man. Ignar chased to his death, and even though it looks like a good pick, it took so long to complete.
They finally find the play.
Is coming forward towards this Baron. Remember, that's been sitting there watching us for a while. No dragon for a while means all attention turns up towards the north. Nisqy ultis up, and it's Patrik caught out. Only the tip of the soldiers is all it takes.
Yeah, the shuffles are coming through now. They weren't so great in the early game, but recently the past 3 have been absolutely fantastic. Now they have a lot of Baron DPS. Nisqy does have 2 enough items. They have double crit, double attack speed item as well.
Teleport to bring him in. I mean, you can see Jackie's is like, well, what can I get? I need inner turret in the bottom side for the trade. To at least get some gold back, but Baron and a pick on Patrik. His first death in the game, a small opening, and SK exploited.
This is always
the game's gonna end. If that's Sven, it's over.
But the long con flank is coming. They do have an Azir tower. This is not a good flank, I don't think. Unless
he's on a ward.
They need the one-shot. Juhan, he can get turned on.
I mean, at least he's got flash available to try and make something happen. GIANTX trying to wriggle into position as well around the dragon to stop the soul point coming through. Juhan not spotted out in the brush, but Isma's the one face checking. This Porky Pig doesn't care. The knockup comes through, though, from Ignar, but going golden, they buy some time. It's onto Irrelevant, too. Happy to buy it out. The equalizer and the choke is still good. Nisqy's ulti is not, and over the wall, Antonio is cooking him alive. Nisqy still burning for his death. It somehow works for GIANTX, and Nisqy just has to get on out. Jackie's looking for the chasers. Irrelevant now stuck in the middle. The all-out over the wall to try and find Jackie's, and he does. It's Ksante moment. Irrelevant out for the pieces. Now Antonio comes through, but he's not even needed. Juhan cleans that kill up, and Dragon now exposed. GIANTX, the resilience is there.
What a nice engage from Ignar. Now they're still looking at SK.
It's not done, is it? It's really not done. Flash and Ignite still up to try and steal a Dragon. They won't succeed. Acro Prison not there either as Juhan is out of ulti. So the chase stops. And
Knight's Vow was out of range, so the damage mitigation wasn't there. And you can see the burst that comes out from a LeBlanc with those W into Qs.
And I guess if we're getting a lot of bursts, we need to watch about things like Ignar as the quickness gets popped up again. The ulti comes through. It's onto Luon. They find the support. Now there's no Baron here. No Baron for another up a little bit as well, thanks to the Bloodburst as the equalizer. Now burnt too. Isma has to run away a little bit, and are they thinking about starting the Baron? GIANTX are throwing the spanner.
I'm so surprised that SK didn't take...
Jackies does it. Luon's dead. Made me scream, wow. God, LeBlanc. What setup there? Numbers advantage now given out, and SK are walking in.
Numbers advantage. They could find the engage. Ignar is on the flank.
He's got flash as well. Eragon, he has flash, and Baron here might just be a bait, a ruse. Are they going to 50-50? Isma throws out the ulti. Juhan runs on in. Antonio shuffled away, but he goes Golden's quickness. Buys him a bit of time, but it's on to tanks. Antonio has to flash away. Nisqy is the damage dealer with Rahel. They're now playing it front to back. No! GIANTX, you're giving it to them! SK have been set up to walk only forward. Irrelevant the tank. Nisqy the absolute dank. And Jackies needs to get the hell out of there because frankly, GIANTX can't win this fight anymore.
They find the combo. You could find the picks. It really depends on how well Nisqy and Rahel can play safe. As
Juhan like this, Juhan walking in, Nisqy finds him. Jungler down. I mean, is he going to? The tidal wave follows through. They need the damage. Eventually, they're finding the quickness there as well. The equalizer makes the play turn around. Nisqy goes golden to buy himself some time, but as the redemption comes through, he's still alive. Juhan had no business walking into this top side with Baron up and available.
Patrik is absolutely one-tapped, and now they're going to lose Baron for 2 people rather than 1.
A massive mistake from the new member. Remember, Peach died for this. Can't find it, and look at the sustain with Bloodthirster and a fish as your support. It's easy as that, and Nisqy flies on in. The quickness is there. Ignar tries to buy time himself, but Nisqy going golden on the equalizer has to flash away. The ulti thrown out from Isma as well as Jackie still finds a kill. The flank is there from Juhan as well, buying time as Nisqy goes on in, re-engages but doesn't find the kill. GIANTX defends successfully. Juhan,
he can dash forward. He can do absolutely anything he wants. I think this might be rough. This might be a really tough base defense.
Okay, let's see how they handle it. There you go, Hex Exalt chains through Juhan's damage, and the poke from Rahel was too much. Now onto the Nexus turret. He steps forward with a rapid fire cannon, and for SK it's been so hard done as Ignar tries for the miracle flank, but now onto the tank. It means nothing. At least Luon dies though, giving GIANTX another window to shine. Jackie's at half HP, threatens the advancement as Nisqy tries to stand his ground, with SK now looking for another way.
The flank on the side. The Nami is down, so no bonus damage for Rahel
here.
He
has no equalizer. He's in the heat zone. I mean, he's in the danger zone. Juhan is looking for a target over the wall. Patrik is there as well. Irrelevant doesn't care. The Antonio is running into Isma. He goes golden, which is great. Irrelevant, though, drags over Patrik, and Ksante almost does it. But meanwhile, Ignar jumps on in. The problem is that Nisqy is still alive. Rahel is still alive. And SK's chances at 3-0 are still pretty much alive.
And it's just too much. The scaling in the front to back is just too much. They had such a nice fight with the Charm dragging Nami over the equalizer, but even 4 versus 5 versus this Soul is too much.
And we've got to start bringing the discussion to light. The new bot lane of SK. How far can it take them? That's 3-0 on the first week of the LEC. SK are playing their damn heart out.
And I think I'm just going to say they look like the best top bot lane in our league.
Oh, really?
Absolutely. I think just through the 2v2s down bot side, playing through the lane, Lucian, Nami now piloting these team fights. Phenomenal.
This Korean duo, I mean, they can play Lucian Nami. But I think as well, alongside Nisqy on his Azir, you can keep highlighting everyone like SK work better.